So, good evening. We are back again. We're going to talk about the club that are seen as Arsenal's rivals, the club that don't win anything, the club that are all crying, oh, we've signed Ange Postecoglou, I can't even say his name, the Australian manager who's just led Celtic to a treble. Kind of crazy. He's actually won more trophies with Celtic in the last 2 seasons than I've seen Tottenham win in my lifetime. And I was 41 yesterday. Big up for all the birthday messages, by the way. I appreciate it. I am fully on detox mode. We have our Fanta Naranja, orange Fanta, and we are detoxing for the rest of this week. 4 heavy nights on the spin until the morning, 8 a.m., 7 a.m. No. I'm getting way too old for this. So no more. But smash the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. About 150 away from 11K. This channel is going to keep growing and growing all summer. And big up to everybody who is sharing the content around as well. I do appreciate that. Big up to everyone who has been donating to this channel as well. Massively appreciated. So if you want to donate, hit the thanks option. Anyway, club announcement from the Tottenham Top Spurs. Club announcement. The appointment of Ange Postecoglou as head coach. This news was breaking news at 10:30 this morning. Now that the season and all domestic cup competitions have concluded, we are delighted to announce the appointment of Ange Postecoglou as our first team head coach, becoming the first Australian to manage in the Premier League. Ange will join us on the 1st of July on a 4-year contract. This is funny, actually, because there was a lot of stories doing the round saying it was only a 2-year contract. Again, top puppeteers online haven't really got a clue what they're talking about. Chairman Daniel Levy says, Ange brings a positive mentality and a fast attacking style of play. He has a strong track record of developing players and an understanding of the importance of the link from the academy. Everything that is important to our club. We're excited to have Ange join us as we prepare for the season ahead. A former Australian national team player, Ange managed South Melbourne, winning the National Soccer League twice, the Oceania Club Championship. He then led the Australian National Under-17s and Under-20s before moving on to managing the A-League, winning the Premiership in 2011, the Championship Grand Finals in 2011 and 2012 with Brisbane Roar, becoming the first coach to win consecutive A-League Championship titles. He then became the Australian Senior National Manager from 2013 to 17, taking the team to the 2014 World Cup, winning the AFC Asia Cup in 2015 and securing qualification for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. He won the J-League with Yokohama F. Marinos in 2019 and joins us from Celtic, where he won the Scottish Premiership, the Scottish League Cup in 21-22 and delivered the treble, winning the Scottish Premier League, Scottish Cup and Scottish League Cup in 22-23. We shall confirm Ange's coaching staff in due course. Now, this has sent Top Spurs into absolute delirium and meltdown at the same time. They're happy that they've got a manager because everyone's been rejecting them, but they're not happy with the quality of the manager. They're getting bantered. We're seeing Postecoglou being bandied around the internet from rivals and from some of their own. I don't know what their problem is. Real talk. I genuinely don't know what their problem is. I'm going to say I sit and watch the Scottish League every week because I don't. But a couple of my pals that live around the corner from me are Glasgow Celtic fans. And I watched them in the Champions League. I watched pretty much all of their games in the Champions League. I watched both against Shakhtar. I watched both against Real Madrid. In the Real Madrid game, they should have been 5-0 up at half-time. And that is not even an exaggeration. They should have been 5-0 up at half-time. They absolutely played Madrid off the park in the first half. They just couldn't finish their dinner. And if they had a better striker, which they will have now, obviously Tottenham have got a better striker for now anyway. We'll come to that in a minute. If he gets that style of play that he had against Madrid, against Shakhtar, obviously winning the treble, doing it in style. If he actually adopts that style of play to Tottenham, then I'm sure their fans are going to be happy with him. I don't know why they're all in meltdown. They've had Jose Mourinho. He got him to a cup final. They sacked him. They had Antonio Conte. We all remember that. Antonio. What happened there? Oh, yeah, he had him in the Champions League. And then he had him in the Champions League spots again. They sack him and finished 8th. They had Nuno before that. They've had a whole host of different managers. Pochettino. Harry Redknapp. They've had a whole variety of different styles over the years, and they've still barely won anything. They ain't won a trophy for 15 years. So I don't know what they expect as a fan base. Maybe the Spurs fans watching this can tell me, because I don't really understand why any Spurs fans are moaning about this. The guy's got a proven track record of winning with a nice playing style. Yes, albeit the leagues are nowhere near the Premier League, but at the same time, the method is still there. It's been proven that his method is a winning method wherever he's been. So, yes, people can take the mick and say the Scottish League, the J League, the A League, and all of that. It's still got to win it. And let's be real here. It's all relative. The teams in them leagues will, yes, they're not great, but neither's his team. They're not great. If you put any of them A-League teams in the Premier League, they get relegated. If you put Celtic in the Premier League, they'd probably maybe stay up, but it'd be a battle. I don't see them finishing that high up the table if they stayed if they got in the Premier League. So it's all relative. He's now going into a club that are finished eighth. They can play one game a week. He can adopt that style that he wants. And like I said, I've watched a bit of Celtic, and they do play nice football. They're tippy-tappy, pass and move. They're like the Scottish Barcelona. And the way they, like I said, and I'm not just taking it off of that one game against Real Madrid. Both games against Madrid, they were all over them. Both games against Shakhtar, they were all over them. They just didn't have the quality up front to finish all the chances. And if he puts that style of play into Tottenham, and Harry Kane does stay, all of a sudden, the fans will be happy. Harry Kane will be scoring, which we know he'll do anyway. And all of a sudden, they'll be rising up the table again. I don't know where they want to go. What kind of manager were they looking for? What did they want? Nagelsmann? Why? Just a little hipster manager. No, Nagelsmann's no good, man. Trust me, that guy is not a good manager. I'm not saying this guy is a great manager or anything like that. But if they want a nice style of play, a 4-3-3, quick counter-attacking football, quick in transition, attacking football, dominating possession and the ball, he's got it all. So I don't really understand why their fans are moaning. It's something completely different, away from the big names that they've just recently had in Jose and Conte. They have to accept where they are. They're eighth in the league. They don't win anything. So it don't really matter whether this guy's the manager, because you want good attacking football. That's all I keep hearing from Spurs fans. At least if we don't win anything, we want good football. Well, now you've got a manager that has a proven track record of playing nice football. And there's some fans, not all of them, some are happy with it. But a lot of their fans I've seen online today, all up in arms about it. Oh, this is a disgrace. Why? The geezer won more at Celtic than your team has in 40 years. Like, he's won more at Celtic in 2 years. In the last 2 seasons, he's won more at Celtic than I've seen Tottenham win in 41 years. What's the issue? And he's been doing it, playing nice football. So, yeah, man, I don't know why they're all crying. They're not in the Champions League. They're not in the Europa League. They're not even in the Conference League. It's time for Tottenham to rip it all up and start again from a position of 8th, playing once a week. And that'll give you a manager now that can implement that in training. He can implement that in pre-season. Only got 1 game a week. Whether Harry Kane's there or not, I actually think he might leave. I actually think he might leave. I'll kind of keep changing my mind on this because, certain things pop up, like Benzema leaving. If Real Madrid come knocking on the door and you've won no trophies in your career, you're going to Real Madrid. I don't care if you want to break Shearer's record. You are going to Madrid. If you don't go to Madrid, that will be the biggest regret. If Real Madrid want him and he don't go to Madrid, that would be the biggest regret of his life. Yeah, because that club, if they come knocking, we've seen bigger and better players, leave the Premier League at bigger clubs, i.e. Cristiano Ronaldo, leave Manchester United to go to Real Madrid. Why would Harry Kane reject Real Madrid? Unless he's a serial loser, which, let's be real, so far, 71 trophies he could have won, and he's won none. So it's kind of looking that way, isn't it? But I do think he might leave. If Real Madrid want him, he's got to go. And listen, they won't muck about. They'll pay the money. Yeah, they've already got a proven track record of business with Daniel Levy over the years, Modric, Bale, etc., etc. So I think if Real Madrid come in for Harry Kane, it'd be stupid, absolutely stupid not to go to Madrid. Why would you not go there? All you've got to do is phone Gareth Bale up. You've got to go phone Modric up and just talk to these players. These are serial winners since they've left Tottenham and gone to Real Madrid. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But let me know your thoughts on all of that. Are you a happy Tottenham fan? Are you an unhappy Tottenham fan? Are you a rival laughing at Tottenham about this manager? Or do you actually think he's a decent manager? I actually think he's all right. For a club of Tottenham, I think he's a good fit. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want him at Arsenal, but I think that Arsenal are shopping in a different supermarket for managers if we got rid of Arteta. You know, we can attract better managers. We can pay more money. You know, we are a bigger football club. We do have a history of winning stuff. You know, albeit we haven't won anything for 3 years straight, which, by the way, is the longest trophy drought for the last 10 years at Arsenal. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, we'll be shopping in a different supermarket to Tottenham. They are where they are for a reason, because they've been piss poorly managed, not just by the managers, but by the hierarchy of that football club. People bang on about Daniel Levy this and Daniel Levy that being, oh, he's such a good businessman. Well, he ain't really. He sacked a manager, sat in fourth and finished eighth. Not going great, is it? So there we go. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and all of that. Do smash the like button up, people. I was going to do a video reacting to the Andrew Tate BBC interview, but that ship sailed. And obviously, I was partying all weekend. So, yeah, it's that ship has sailed a long time ago, unfortunately. So, yeah, apologies for that. I was going to do it. I didn't. And fans preparing to fail. And I failed. And I hold my hands up and say I'm accepting failure. Responsibility is key. Accountability is key. We don't just shove it under the carpet over here. But listen, big up to everyone inside. Make sure you're firing the likes, sub into the channel. I'll have another video out tomorrow. It'll be out a lot earlier than this, by the way. I'm going to have a lovely early night. I've slept I haven't. I've slept like literally maybe last 4 nights, maybe 15 hours sleep. Yeah. And look how fresh I still look, by the way. Maybe it's the lighting. Anyway, I'm waffling. Have a nice evening. Oh, also, there'll be a video out on the main channel in a minute, so make sure you go and check that out. Adios.